At the start of the story, our main character narrates, "I've worked incredibly hard all my life. In my sect, I was nothing but a lowly disciple. I tried everything to change my fate, every possible way I could find, but after 3 years of hard work, nothing changed. I'm still bullied. I'm still worthless. I can't do anything to fight back. Even when my system finally appeared before me, it told me that misfortune itself is embedded in my destiny, and because of this cursed fate, I have only 1 month left to live. Now that I know luck will never save me, I won't rely on fate anymore. I admit, I wasn't born lucky, but others were. So if God didn't give me opportunities, then I'll just steal them from others. People say stealing is wrong, but if stealing can make you the greatest being in the world, then maybe it's not so bad. This is my story, the story of Ichiyun. You can call me a thief, or a survivor, or even the greatest immortal in history, the man who rose from nothing to become a supreme hero. Want to know how I escaped death and reached the top? Then listen closely, this is my journey. The story begins with Ichiyun, our protagonist, explaining, "It's been 3 whole years since I arrived in this world. When I first opened my eyes here, a group of kids surrounded me, and bullied me for being weak. It didn't take long for me to understand why. I was born with a 3rd grade, low-quality body, completely useless for cultivation. In this world of immortals, that meant it was impossible for me to progress. But I believed that one day, I'd awaken a system. So I kept working hard, day after day, waiting for that moment to come. After 3 years of endless labor, he is still just a janitor sweeping the sect floors. Suddenly, a blue light flashes before him. Wait, is that my system? Finally, I've waited so long for this moment. From today onward, I'll finally be able to enjoy life, power, money, women, everything a system promises. But instead, the system speaks. Name, Ichiyun. Fate, cursed by Hell King. Prognosis, within 1 month, your life will end. However, there is one way to survive, reach nascent soul realm within that time. If you fail, your sect will expel you, and thieves on the road will attempt to rob you. But when they realize you're poorer than them, they'll simply kill you out of pity. Your death will be pathetic and meaningless." Hearing this, Ichiyun collapses unconscious. When he wakes up, he mutters to himself, "So I've only got a month left. Maybe, if I try something bold, I can change my fate. Maybe I can become powerful too." Just then, a commotion starts nearby. The sword warrior is coming. Ichiyun wonders, sword warrior? Are they talking about senior brother Zhao? The gates open, and everyone starts cheering as senior brother Zhao Pingtian enters. He is a stage 9 netherworld realm cultivator, one of the elite disciples of the Luyan sect. Ichiyun then realizes something strange. He can see people's destinies. Wait, not only can I see my own fate, I can see the fate of others. I can literally read their destiny. Nearby, disciples whisper in awe, senior brother Zhao is insanely powerful. His sword can slice through mountains in a single strike. A few days ago, a disciple offended him. They found that poor guy's corpse buried deep in the mountains. Everyone knows Zhao killed him, but the sect elders said nothing. They only warned him not to kill so openly next time. Ichiyun stares at Zhao Pingtian and says to himself, "This guy looks amazing. Let's see what fate has in store for him." The system activates and shows, Zhao Pingtian, chosen of the heavens. His destiny is filled only with blessings. By the end of his life, he will sit on the great emperor's throne. His sword will become so powerful that a single swing can kill millions. His killing intent will reach divine levels, impossible for mortals to withstand. In the end, he will achieve the position of a god. A turning point in his fate will come soon. During a mission through Baichen Peak, he will obtain a grade 5 spiritual herb. Consuming it will help him break through to the next realm. Ichiyun clenches his fists. So he's the one blessed by fate. What about me? Am I just background filler in his story? Wait, that grade 5 herb, it's extremely rare. If I get to it before he does, maybe I can change my destiny. I finally understand how to use my system. My fate may be rotten, but I have one powerful option left. I can steal from the fates of others. Sorry, brother Zhao, but that herb is mine now. Ichiyun races toward Baichen Peak, determined to find the herb before Zhao Pingtian does. Once I eat it, my destiny will finally change. No more bowing to anyone. No more being bullied. My rise starts today. Then Ichiyun quickly consumed the herb right where he stood. He muttered, "Ugh, this tastes awful, but I can't worry about that right now. I need to absorb its power immediately." After a few moments of focused meditation, Ichiyun thought excitedly, "Finally, I did it. I broke through. In one go, I've advanced 3 entire stages. I've reached the nascent soul realm. The system said it would take me a whole month, but I did it in just 1 hour. Now I don't have to worry about dying anytime soon." Just then, Zhao Pingtian arrived, shouting, "Hey, boy, what are you doing here?" Ichiyun thought nervously, so it really was his destiny to come here. The moment I arrived, he showed up too, just like fate said. As Ichiyun turned around, he froze, shocked. Zhao Pingtian's destiny had changed again. The system revealed, although Zhao Pingtian's ultimate fate remains the same, the turning point in his life has shifted. After completing today's mission, on his way home, he'll notice something strange in the river near Nanjing Peak. When he investigates, he'll discover a spiritual weapon, the Cold Flame Sword. Acquiring it will further strengthen his destiny. Yi Chuyan muttered bitterly, unbelievable, this guy's basically the god of fortune himself. I don't get even a single opportunity, and he's drowning in them. I used to think people exaggerated when they said luck is everything, but now I see it's true. If fortune smiles on you, even a fool can become a hero. Then Yi Chuyan said aloud, pretending to be casual, senior brother, I was just cultivating here. I reached the nascent soul realm a short while ago, so I came here to stabilize my energy. No other reason, really. Xiao Ping Tian replied coldly, oh, is that so? Fine. Then get out of here. I promised my master I wouldn't kill people casually anymore. That's the only reason you're still alive. I don't really have a reason to kill you, but I kind of feel like it, so before I change my mind, leave. Yi Chuyan said politely, senior brother, are you heading toward Yunjia Pavilion? Xiao Ping Tian frowned. What does it matter to you where I'm going? Yi Chuyan smiled nervously. Oh, nothing, brother. It's just that the path passes near Nanjing Peak, and because of the recent rains, the trail is pretty bad. I was just saying your clothes might get ruined if you go that way. Xiao Ping Tian scoffed. You didn't need to tell me that. I'm flying there anyway. He mounted his sword and soared off. Yi Chuyan smirked to himself. He's such an idiot. If he had gone on foot, he would have noticed the sword in the river, and then I could never have taken it. But thanks to that little bit of misdirection, he flew right past it. He grinned wickedly. Xiao Ping Tian, from now on, your destiny belongs to me. You're officially my primary target. Scene shifts to Nanjing Peak, near the waterfall. Yi Chuyan thought, the water here is strange. Sometimes it feels boiling hot, other times it's freezing cold. That means the cold flame sword must be nearby. Moments later, he spotted something glowing under the water. It was the sword. He struggled to pull it out, straining with all his strength, but after several attempts, he finally succeeded. The narrator explains, in the Qingnan continent, there are various kinds of weapons, for primary types, moral weapons, spiritual weapons, treasure weapons, and magical weapons. Each type is divided into 3 grades, low, middle, and high. The Luyan sect possesses only one high-grade magical weapon, which they never use except in dire emergencies. Most of the elders own low-grade magical weapons for their regular fights. The weapon Yi Chuyan just found, the cold flame sword, is a low-grade magical weapon. Yi Chuyan held the sword proudly, saying, it may be a low-grade weapon, but its power is incredible. I can already feel my strength rising, my entire body feels stronger. Now that I've reached the nascent realm and obtained such a powerful sword, I must have completely changed my destiny. In the future, I'll become a truly great cultivator. Eagerly, he asked his system, show me what my future looks like now. The system responded. Yi Chuyan struggled throughout his life, and through his efforts, his life did improve. However, during a battle on a cliff, his enemy knocked him off. His body was shattered into pieces, and he died a terrible death. A major turning point will soon arrive in your life. In 1 month, an enemy will kill you, and your death will be so miserable that not even your corpse will be found. Yi Chuyan was shocked. What? What's going on? I already changed my fate. I got stronger. I even found this sword. So why does it still say I'll die within a month? As he was still processing the news, he suddenly heard someone screaming nearby. He turned sharply. That voice, that's Xiao Yu. That bastard is always causing trouble in our sect. He's bullied me so many times just because of his brother's name. Who's he picking on this time? In a dark forest, a terrified young woman was running, screaming, please help me. Someone, save me. These monsters won't leave me alone. Xiao Yu laughed cruelly. Go ahead, scream all you want. No one's coming to save you in this dark forest. Then, with an evil grin, he began tearing at the woman's clothes. You said with a wicked grin, don't be scared. We'll take very good care of you. You'll even start to enjoy it soon enough, so stop pretending. Just then, Yi Chuyan appeared from the side, and kicked you hard in the chest. Yi Chuyan shouted, ganging up on a defenseless girl? Don't you feel any shame? How can you even call yourselves men? Honestly, I've never seen trash as disgusting as you. Angered, you yelled, you bastard, Yi Chuyan. It looks like you're tired of living. Do you even know who my brother is? If you don't get out of here right now, I'll make sure you regret it. Yu's lackey stepped forward, saying, brother Yu, leave this to us. After one hit, he won't even be standing. Let's finish this loser off. And besides, even if he dies here, nobody will care. We'll just bury him right here and walk away. Yi Chuyan smirked and said calmly, you can all come at me if you want, but too bad for you, dying isn't written in my fate today. The moment they rushed at him, Yi Chuyan countered with one swift strike, instantly knocking all of them out cold. He stood over them and said, you're all from my sect, so I'll let you live, this time. But leave, before I change my mind. Terrified, Yu and his men scrambled to their feet and ran away. As they escaped, Yu shouted back, just wait, we'll come back for revenge. You hear me? You're dead next time. The girl got up and said gratefully, brother, thank you so much for saving me. Yi Chuyan smiled slightly. No need to thank me. Just be more careful next time. But then he suddenly froze in shock. His system revealed the girl's identity. Her name was Qin Jian. Her fate appeared before his eyes. This girl's future is extraordinary. She will grow stronger and stronger, and by the end of her life, people will call her the Heavenly Empress. However, during her ascension to the heavens, she will face heavenly tribulation, and on the 9th day, she will die. In about 3 months, a major turning point will occur in her destiny. The soul of the Empress will awaken inside her body, granting her incredible luck and power. The ancestors of the Luyan sect will even take her as their disciple. Qin Jian noticed Yi Chuyan staring at her strangely. Brother, is something wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Yi Chuyan thought, the reincarnation of an empress is standing right in front of me. That means in the future, she'll become an absolute powerhouse. But her destiny will only awaken in 3 months, and I don't even know if I'll survive that long. Qin Jian asked again, brother, is something bothering you? Yi Chuyan quickly replied, no, everything's fine. Then he thought, if I want to rise higher in the future, I need to earn her trust and have her on my side. He pulled out a blood yuan pill and handed it to her. Yi Chuyan said, take this. It will restore your energy and make you feel even stronger than before. Qin Jian hesitated. Brother, I'm really grateful, but this pill looks expensive. I can't accept it. You must have worked hard to get something like this. Yi Chuyan gently took her hand and said, don't worry. I've already reached the nascent realm. This pill no longer affects me. But for you, it'll help you recover quickly. You need to learn to protect yourself. No one will always be around to save you. If you become stronger, that alone will make me happy. As Yi Chuyan walked away, Qin Jian looked at him with admiration, thinking, big brother, you're such a good person. I'll never forget your kindness. Scene shifts to you and his gang, panting and retreating into the forest. You said, at least that bastard didn't chase us. Thank the heavens for that. His men, exhausted, said, brother that sword he used was terrifying. How did that trashy Chuyan get such a powerful weapon? Another one added, brother, what should we do now? There's no way we can beat him like this. You smirked darkly. Have you forgotten who my brother is? Once I tell him about this, he'll make sure Yi Chuyan dies painfully, and that amazing sword will end up in my hands. That loser's finished. Just wait. When my brother faces him, Yi Chuyan will wet his pants in fear. Scene shifts to Yunjia Pavilion. Yi Chuyan walked cautiously through the dark corridor, muttering, why is it so dark in here? This place feels dangerous, and there's no one around. Suddenly, a voice echoed behind him. Boy, what are you doing here? Startled, Yi Chuyan froze. Big brother, I was just passing through. I didn't mean to intrude. Please forgive me. But when he turned around, he realized he had accidentally fallen, landing right on top of someone. And that someone was none other than Zhao Pingtian. Zhao Pingtian shouted angrily, get off me right now. Yi Chuyan laughed awkwardly. Ah, senior brother Zhao. What a coincidence. We've already met 3 times today. Zhao glared. Get out of here. I'm not in the mood for your nonsense, and just seeing your face pisses me off. Yi Chuyan thought bitterly, this guy, Zhao Pingtian really is something else. No matter how hard I work, my fate refuses to change. Meanwhile, his destiny keeps improving, and he keeps finding new treasures. According to the system, he's about to get another one, a legendary treasure. It'll appear a month from now, but nothing's stopping me from getting to it first. The next day, Yi Chuyan said proudly, since I've broken through to the nascent realm, I'm now an official outer disciple. No more sweeping floors, and I even have my own place now. I can finally enter the sect library too. Let's see whose destiny shines the brightest here. As he examined the disciples, he sighed. All of them are garbage. Not a single one has decent luck. Then he spotted one man, Renfeng. The system revealed, Renfeng's life is about to take a major turn. He recently broke through to the nascent realm, and soon he'll find a high-grade technique book, Soul-Severing Sword, hidden in a pile of trash near the sect. This book will completely change his life. Yi Chuyan smirked. Looks like I've just found my next opportunity. Yi Chuyan said, after searching the entire day, I finally found something, the Nascent Soul Sword Manual. It's an incredible book for sword cultivators, especially for those at the nascent realm. Well, at least all that searching paid off in the end. Later, Yi Chuyan arrived at 5 Sun Mountain. Opening his eyes after training, he smiled and said, unbelievable, in just 2 hours, I've already reached the 2nd stage of the nascent realm. This technique is incredible. Not only has it strengthened my swordsmanship, but even my body feels much more powerful now. The more force I use when swinging my sword, the stronger my attacks become. He paused for a moment, then said, let's see what's changed in my destiny now. After checking, his expression darkened. My ending, it's still exactly the same. But the turning point has changed. Instead of dying in 1 month, I'm now destined to die in 28 days. And the cause of death is still the same. Why isn't my fate changing no matter what I do? I still don't even know who my enemy is. Yi Chuyan clenched his fists. I can't stay still anymore. I'll spend this month collecting as many opportunities as I can. Every single one I find will increase my chances of survival. It's time to head to Lizu Cave. That's where I'll find Zhao Pingtian's next destiny event. And his destiny is always the best one to steal. But just as he said that, his foot slipped, and he fell straight off a cliff. As he tumbled down, he muttered bitterly, ugh, having bad luck really sucks. If I were just a normal person, life would honestly be much easier. Still, I guess it's a blessing that I broke through earlier. If my body wasn't this strong, I'd already be dead. Landing at the base, Yi Chuyan sniffed the air and frowned. There's a strong smell of blood coming from that cave. I should check what's going on inside. The deeper he went, the stronger the smell became. Then suddenly, Ichiyan stepped on something soft. Looking down, he froze. Dozens of corpses were scattered across the floor. Before he could react, a voice shouted, "Who's there?" From the shadows emerged an elder and 2 disciples. The elder introduced himself, Liao Chenping, elder of foreign affairs from the Luyan sect. He looked at Ichan and said, "You're from our sect, aren't you? Judging by your robes, you're an outer disciple. What are you doing here? Are you on a mission?" Ichiyan quickly bowed and replied, "Elder, I ended up here by accident. I fell off the cliff nearby, and after catching the scent of blood, I followed it inside to investigate." One of the disciples, Wang Xuan, frowned suspiciously. "Looking at your cultivation, you're only at the nascent realm, and yet you survived falling from that height without a single injury? That's strange. I don't trust you." Elder Chenping snapped, "Enough, Wang Xuan. We've lost many disciples on this mountain today, and we still don't know the cause. We're already short on manpower. If this boy can help us, it'll be useful." He then ordered, "Wang Xuan, Ichiyun, both of you, head to the left side of the cave and check for survivors. Many disciples are still missing." Ichiyun nodded. "Understood, Elder." Smiling faintly, he said to Wang Xuan, "Senior brother, let's go." After walking a short distance, Wang Xuan winced in pain. "Little brother, I think I twisted my ankle. Go ahead without me. I'll catch up once I recover." Ichiyun thought to himself, what an idiot. He doesn't even realize he's missing out on a great opportunity up ahead. As Ichiyun continued deeper into the cave, he muttered, "He just handed me his fortune because he was too lazy to keep going. If he had continued, he would have met someone important, someone who could have helped him greatly in the future. But since he gave up, that opportunity now belongs to me." After some time, Ichiyun spotted a faint glow among the rocks, and a man lying motionless beside it. Ichiyun said, "So this must be the guy the system mentioned. He's still breathing, though. If the system said he'll be important to my future, then this man's identity must be extraordinary." Then the system displayed information: name, Duan Heng. Fate, exceptional. In the end, he will travel to Sunset Valley, where he will be slain by a god. But before that, he will become an immortal king, and die alongside a legendary woman of great fame. Currently, he's at a turning point. Inside this cave, he is destined to find a powerful item, the mystic Yuan embryo. Ichiyun's eyes widened. So he's supposed to find an artifact here, that mystic Yuan embryo. He slapped Duan Heng lightly on the cheek. "Hey, senior brother, wake up." But the man didn't move. Ichiyun sighed. Looks like he's really unconscious. Well, since he's not using this opportunity, I'll take it for myself. He began searching the area, and after a few minutes, he found it. There it is, the Yuan embryo. And wait, there's a book beside it too. He examined them closely. Incredible. This embryo contains the energy of both heaven and earth. I'll store these for now. They'll come in handy later. A little later, Ichiyun called out to the others, and everyone regrouped. Elder Chenping said, "Good work, everyone. This boy's life isn't in danger, but the injury to his head is severe. We must take him back to the sect immediately for treatment. Fan Kun and Wang Xuan, you'll both stay here and guard the cave. Make sure no one else enters. As for you, Ichiyun, you did an excellent job today." He handed him a token and added, "Take this as a reward. When you return to the sect, you can exchange it for a valuable prize." Ichiyun bowed respectfully and smiled. "Thank you, Elder." At the same time, he thought to himself, all my current tasks are done. Now it's time to head to Lizu Cave and steal Zhao Ping Tian's destiny. A while later, Ichiyun reached a waterfall and smiled. No one knows about Lizu Cave. In truth, it's hidden behind this waterfall. It's also one of the Luyan sect's secret inheritance grounds. Whoever enters can obtain our sect's ancient inheritance. A month from now, Zhao Ping Tian was destined to discover it, but thanks to my system, I found out first. He split the waterfall in two using his energy and entered the cave. "It's a good thing there are no guards here today," he said with a smirk. "All of them must have gone to investigate the Five Sun Mountain incident, where so many of our people died for no reason. Judging from the energy here, the inheritance trial must already be active. Let's see what kind of fortune awaits me this time." With that, Ichiyun stepped into the trial. Inside, he found himself in a vast realm. In the sky, a powerful ancient master stood, speaking with a booming voice. "Compared to heaven itself, I am stronger." Then, with one strike, the master obliterated the countless figures below him. Ichiyun's eyes widened. So this is one of our Luyan sect's top cultivators from ancient times. His power, it's terrifying. The ancestor's spirit turned toward Ichiyun and said, "Child, you shouldn't have entered here. If you wish to leave this place alive, turn back now. If you stay, only death awaits you." Ichiyun readied his sword. His attack is insanely powerful. Even though he hasn't directly targeted me, just the pressure alone is enough to make it hard to breathe. The ancestor frowned. "You're stubborn, boy, and I don't like stubborn people." He unleashed a violent barrage of attacks. Ichiyun blocked them all with difficulty, each strike heavier than the last. Still, he growled through the pain. "Running away isn't an option for me. Even if I'm destined to die in a month, I'll fight to survive. If I ever want to become the strongest among all, I must endure this, no matter what." A massive explosion filled the cave. The master frowned, sensing the aftermath. Did I use too much power? It seems I may have gone too far and killed the boy, but that's not my fault. This was meant to be a test of strength. If he couldn't withstand even a fraction of my power, how could he possibly handle my full inheritance? My last attack was too strong. Next time, I'll hold back. But then, to his surprise, he saw Ichuyun still standing, barely, but alive. The master laughed in admiration. You truly are remarkable, child. Only those with unshakable will can advance in the way of the sword. A person without determination will never achieve true cultivation. Very well, I've waited 100 years for someone like you. The master extended his hand, channeling immense energy into Ichuyun's body. The master said, listen carefully. I have bestowed upon you the Great River Sword technique, a technique of 12 layers. If you can master all 12, I can guarantee you'll reach the immortal level someday. Alongside that, I've left behind another art for you, the King's Sword technique, a supreme sword skill that can take you to the very top of sword cultivation. However, I only possess the first 5 layers of that technique. The remaining layers are said to lie somewhere deep in the southern forests. And one final warning, never practice these 2 techniques together. Choose only one. Mixing them could destroy your body and soul. Ichuyun smirked confidently. Only children make choices. People like me, we take everything. 4 days later, Elder Chenping asked, Fan Kun, did you find Ichuyun? Fan Kun shook his head. Elder, we searched every area, but he was nowhere to be found. Just then, they noticed a familiar figure walking toward them. Fan Kun gasped. Wait, is that Ichuyun? He looks completely different, more handsome, and his aura feels much stronger. Elder Chenping stepped forward. Ichuyun, where have you been these past few days? Ichuyun replied calmly, Elder, I went down the mountain for special training. I followed my schedule exactly and have now returned on time. May I ask, is there something you needed from me? Chenping nodded. Yes, follow me. Our sect leader wants to meet you. They entered the main hall of the Yunjia Pavilion. Inside, Ichuyun spotted a familiar face. Senior brother Duanheng, you're here too. Duanheng smiled. Yes, junior brother Ichuyun. We meet again. I never got the chance to thank you personally for saving my life that day. Ichuyun replied modestly, there's no need to thank me, senior brother. I only did what was right. At that moment, the sect leader, Gu Xianda, turned toward him. So, you're Ichuyun. Ichuyun thought privately, this man's aura, it's incredible. Bowing respectfully, he said, greetings, sect leader. Gu Xianda smiled. You're an impressive young man, Ichuyun. Among all our outer disciples, you stand out the most. In 3 days, the grand inter-sect competition will be held, and I want you to participate. I'm putting my faith in you, Ichuyun. Don't disappoint me. Ichuyun thought silently, what exactly is the sect leader planning? Elder Chenping said, in just a few days, the inter-sect competition will begin. Whoever performs best in that competition will receive truly remarkable rewards. Our sect leader himself has instructed that you must participate and win. Duanheng personally recommended you. Ichuyun, smiling gratefully, said, thank you very much, sect leader, and thank you too, senior brother Duanheng. I won't disappoint either of you. Gu Xianda said, you both may leave now. As Ichuyun turned to leave, Gu Xianda looked at Elder Chenping and asked, Elder Chenping, about the incident in Five Sun Mountain Cave, where so many of our disciples were killed, have we discovered who was behind it? Elder Chenping bowed slightly. Sect leader, we still don't have the full details, but during our investigation, we learned that members of the Red Ghost sect have been sighted frequently near our territory. It's very likely that they were the ones who ambushed and killed our disciples. Gu Xianda's expression hardened. If that's true, continue your investigation, and keep an eye on the Red Ghost sect. Those bastards have always been our enemies. They never stop scheming against us. Scene shifts to Ichuyun's residence. He sat cross-legged, deep in thought. No matter what happens, I must win this competition. If I take first place, I'll be promoted to an inner disciple, and that would be an enormous step forward for me. He smiled slightly. In just 4 days, I've made incredible progress. I've already mastered 3 layers of the Great River Sword technique, and 2 levels of the King's Sword technique. Just 4 days of focused practice have pushed my cultivation to the 8th level of the nascent realm. And while training in Lizu Cave, I also obtained a rare mental technique, the Mind Flower Sword technique, which helps stabilize my mind during battles. Even after all this, my fate still hasn't changed. I'll need to work even harder if I want to survive. Suddenly, Ichuyun sensed something behind him, a stone flying straight toward his head. He swiftly caught it mid-air and threw it back with force. A calm voice echoed from above. Good reflexes. Impressive technique. Ichuyun looked up in surprise and saw an old master sitting atop a tree branch. The old man said with a faint smile, young man, your body's quite remarkable. It seems I wasn't wrong about you. At that moment, Ichuyun's system activated, revealing information. Name, Dan Pingzhu. Nature, kind-hearted and righteous. 100 years ago, he was a great cultivator from the Boundless Realm. He was severely injured in battle and has since lived quietly within the Luyan sect, concealing his true identity. Very few know how powerful he truly is. Ichuyun thought, so this old man, he's actually one of the hidden seniors of the sect. Hardly anyone knows how strong he really is. Then, the system added, the host's fate is shifting. The dark star that once blocked your destiny has moved away. Your fortune has now ascended from evil star fate to purple fate, a far more auspicious destiny. Ichiran frowned slightly. My fate has changed, but not enough. It still says I'll die within 30 days. Well, there's nothing I can do about that right now. For the moment, I should focus on understanding why this martial elder sought me out. He looked at the old man and said, Senior, do you have any advice for me? Pingju chuckled warmly. I knew you were a sharp one. You've inherited the sect's ancient legacy, haven't you? Then you must have great potential. He threw a small jade scroll toward Ichiyun. This is the supreme sword technique. Your yuan energy is still unstable. If you cultivate using this book, it'll help you stabilize your core and make your training far more effective. Think of your body like a furnace. The more balanced your energy, the more power it can produce. Ichiyun bowed deeply. Thank you, Senior. Pingju waved his hand. No need to thank me. I work in our sect's inner pavilion, handling cultivation research. If you ever need help or guidance, you can find me there. I'm quite old now, and talking to bright young people like you makes me feel alive again. Ichiyun smiled. Then I'll be sure to visit you again, Senior. As Ichiyun walked away, Pingju watched him and murmured, that boy, he has a good heart. After so many years, the sect's true inheritance has finally found a worthy successor, and I'm glad it was someone like him. 3 days later, intersect competition. The arena was crowded with disciples. One man said, Did you hear? The rewards this year are insane. The winner will receive a rare divine pill of ascension, and even a special cultivation ticket to train in the heavenly chambers. Another disciple added excitedly, That's not all. I also heard that an elder who's been in seclusion for decades has returned. He announced that whoever wins this competition will become his personal disciple. That's huge. It could change someone's life completely. Ichiyun looked around and thought, no wonder everyone's here. But honestly, just standing around waiting is getting boring. Just then, someone tapped him on the shoulder. Hey kid, this spot's mine. Move aside, or I'll beat you up and knock your teeth out. Ichiyun looked over and said coldly, Don't cut the line, or I'll be the one to cut you. The man's face darkened. Oh, what did you just say? Looks like you're tired of living. Ichiyun moved faster than anyone could see. One punch sent the man flying off to the side. Everyone nearby gasped. Whoa, wasn't that guy one of the favorites to win? And this kid beat him with just one punch? The crowd murmured in awe. Did you even see what happened? That guy didn't stand a chance. This new kid's ridiculously strong. Up on the viewing platform, Rookin said, That boy, he's powerful. Beside him, Elder Kian frowned. We'll see. He's reckless. Probably just a fool who got lucky. If he's eliminated before I even get to test him, it'll be a blessing for everyone else. Just then, the host announced loudly, the intersect competition will consist of 4 rounds. In the first round, 100 participants will step onto the stage and fight freely. Anyone who falls off the stage will be immediately eliminated. Only the top 30 will advance to the next round. You could say, this first round like Tournament of Power. Releasing his power, Ichiyun said confidently, I've seen the entire Tournament of Power. Just like Jiren, I'll stand my ground, and I'm certain no one will be able to move me from here. The host then announced, the first round is over. The top 30 participants have qualified. Ichiyun thought to himself, if I didn't have the system, I would have fallen off the stage like the rest of them. Even though my luck is terrible, as long as I have this system, I can fix anything. The second round began. According to the luck draw, the competitors will fight one-on-one. After this, only 12 participants will remain. Ichiyun once again dominated the round, staying undefeated. After the third round, the host announced, we now have our top 6. Ichiyun smirked. That was easier than I expected. I didn't think this round would go so smoothly. In the audience, people whispered among themselves. Looks like everyone's bowing to Ichiyun already. Another added, wait, isn't Zhou competing again this year? He's been entering this tournament for 8 years straight, and still hasn't managed to win even once. I wonder when that guy will finally give up. Ichiyun looked over at Zhou and thought, he's been participating for 8 years, and still hasn't advanced once. There must be something seriously wrong with his fate. He activated his system to check, and was stunned. This man's luck is even worse than mine. The system displayed, Zhou fate, extremely unfortunate. For his entire life, he will achieve nothing but failure. 1,000 years from now, he will finally succeed, only to die 1 hour later. However, he is about to reach a turning point. He will soon obtain the Jade Pendant, which will slightly alter his destiny. Ichiyun sighed softly. This poor guy, even his one success will come too late. Zhou called out, Junior brother, let's begin our match. Ichiyun nodded. Even if his luck is rotten, his determination isn't. I can't underestimate someone with that much perseverance. Zhou threw a handful of dice like talismans toward Ichiyun, expanding them in size with his ki until they filled half the stage. Ichiyun, calm and composed, shattered them one after another with his bare fists. Spectators gasped. Wow, Ichiyun broke all those dice with just a few punches. He used to be a worker disciple for 3 years, but now, it looks like he'll definitely become an inner disciple this time. Zhou shouted, that was just a warm-up. Now I'll show you the true technique. I've trained for 7 years. He leapt forward, but as soon as he moved, his foot twisted, and he fell off the stage, getting eliminated instantly. Crying, Jokun said, "Not again, the same thing every year." Ichiyun blinked in disbelief. "Wait, did I just win?" Up in the stands, sect leader Gu Xianda smiled. "This year's tournament is far more entertaining than the last. We have some truly talented disciples." He turned to the elder. "What do you think of that girl, Yikian?" Elder replied, "She's strong, proud, and a bit arrogant, yes, but undeniably ambitious. Her personality and strength, however, don't quite match perfectly." Gu Xianda nodded and asked, "And what about Rukin?" Elder responded, "He's talented in cultivation, but lacks vision. He can achieve much, but not greatness." The sect leader sighed. "I thought either of these two would satisfy Elder Hongshu's expectations, but it seems neither of them are fit for her standards." Elder Hongshu, however, smiled slightly. "That's not true. There is one disciple who has caught my attention." Gu Xianda looked surprised. Elder Hongshu, also known as the ancestor of the Luyan sect, had rarely ever taken interest in anyone before. Third round, Ichiyun versus Yikian. Yikian smirked as she stepped forward. "So, you're Ichiyun. I've heard quite a lot about you. You've made it pretty far impressive, but your next match is against me, and this is where your so-called luck runs out." The audience whispered excitedly, "Yikian is the strongest of the outer sect disciples. Everyone says she's the favorite to win this year. Looks like Ichiyun's finally going to lose." Yikian said coolly, "I'll give you a chance to surrender. Admit defeat now, and you can still save your dignity. You've already won several rounds, so even if you give up here, you'll still make it to the 4th round." Ichiyun smirked. "You say my luck's run out? To be honest, I've never had any luck. Everything I've achieved, I did it with my own strength." Yikian raised an eyebrow. "Fine, but don't cry later when you realize how foolish that was. I gave you a chance." With that, the fight began. Yikian launched a series of lightning-fast strikes, but Ichiyun blocked each one using his sword technique of the river flow. Yikian's eyes widened. "How is that possible? He's using a wooden sword. How can he block my attacks with that?" Ichiyun thought, "My ki is fluctuating wildly. I can barely control it. It must be because I'm using both techniques together." Yikian charged again. "You blocked my first attack, impressive. But let's see if you can handle this one." Ichiyun activated his 7-layer sword technique, his wooden sword glowing faintly. The audience whispered in disbelief. "He's insane. He's fighting Yikian head-on with a wooden sword. There's no way he'll win. She's too strong." But even Yikian began to hesitate. Where's this boy getting such overwhelming energy from? Just then, Ichiyun's wooden sword snapped in half. Yikian seized the moment and slashed forward, stabbing Ichiyun through the shoulder. She smiled coldly. "Reaching the top 12 was already your peak, Ichiyun. But wanting more than that, that's just greed. And that's why. I'll stop you here. Ichiyun, you are indeed a powerful competitor, but you're still far behind me." Sect leader Gu Xianda nodded thoughtfully. "I knew this would happen. Yikian has always been the strongest among the outer sect disciples. The fact that Ichiyun even lasted that long against her is already impressive." Elder Hongshu, however, said coldly, "Gu Xianda, it seems your judgment has become clouded. Your perception is affected by bias. Ichiyun's weapon was nothing more than an ordinary wooden sword, while Yikian was wielding a powerful magical blade. Even with that advantage, Ichiyun wasn't seriously injured. He's been using the 7-sword technique, and I know very well the true nature of that power. This boy is hiding his true strength. He doesn't want anyone here to know how strong he really is. He's pretending to be hurt, but he hasn't even used half of his true power yet. Just watch, you'll soon see how terrifying he really is." Ichiyun stood up slowly, brushing the dust from his shoulder. "Yikian, you started celebrating a bit too early. At least wait until I'm actually down." Yikian looked shocked. "You're not injured?" Ichiyun thought silently. "This all started because of that old man, Pingju. When our swords first clashed, I heard his voice echo in my head. He told me, if you wish to remain in the sect and grow stronger, you must do 2 things. First, win this competition. Second, never take any elder as your master." Ichiyun frowned inwardly. Why would he tell me not to accept a master? Does he want me to follow his cultivation path instead? Still, he's right. I carry a unique inheritance that only he and I know about. If I were to train under another elder, I'd be exposed immediately. So I'll have to follow his advice for now. He looked up at Yikian, eyes steady. "I was planning to enter the inner sect by placing 6th, but now, I've changed my goal. I want the number 1 position, and if I'm going to be number 1, then, Yikian, you can't be." Yikian scowled. "You don't even have a sword anymore. How will you fight me?" Ichiyun smiled faintly. "You're talented, that's true, but let's be honest, your family background gave you everything. If not for that privilege, you'd never have made it this far." Yikian's face darkened with fury. "How dare you insult me?" She infused her sword with blood, activating her blood blade technique, and lunged forward to attack. Just as her strike was about to land, Ichiyun summoned a faint blue aura, and suddenly, cold flame sword appeared in his hand. Yikian froze mid-strike. "What? Where did that sword come from?" Ichiyun parried effortlessly and countered, pushing Yikian back with such force that she was wounded on her arm. Yikian stared at him in disbelief. "This energy, it's completely different from before. He's changed. If he wanted to, he could finish this fight in an instant. Ichuyun stepped forward, his expression calm but fierce. Yi Qian, you're too weak. He struck once, and with a single blow, Yi Qian was sent flying off the stage. The crowd gasped in shock. What just happened? Did Yi Qian, the strongest of the outer disciples, just lose in a single hit? That Ichuyun, is he even human? How could he become this powerful in just a few days? After the round, the host began pairing opponents for the next match. One disciple, Ji Ping, looked at the list and sighed. My opponent is Ichuyun. In that case, I'll surrender before the fight even starts. The crowd murmured. What? You're giving up already? Ji Ping shrugged. People call me stupid, but I'm actually quite smart. If even Yi Qian couldn't beat him, then what chance do I have? Besides, my current rank is already good enough. Brother Ichuyun, good luck. I'm sure you'll take first place. After several more matches, the final results were announced. 4th place, Ji Ping. 3rd place, Lin Rukin. 2nd place, Yi Qian. 1st place, Ichuyun. The host then declared, now, we begin our special challenge round. Inner disciples will now step forward to challenge these new ranking winners. If an inner disciple loses, they will be expelled from the inner sect, and their position will be taken by the victor. The first to step forward was Zhao Yulong, the elder brother of Zhao Yu. Yulong said with a smile, junior brothers and sisters, it's been a long time since we've met. The crowd cheered. Brother Yulong, he's amazing. He was the first among us to enter the inner sect. There's no doubt he'll put on a great show again. From the crowd, Zhou Yu shouted nervously, Big brother, you're incredible, but you don't know who your opponent is. Please, don't fight him. Just withdraw. Yulong smiled confidently. Little brother, don't worry. I'll avenge you today. You've suffered enough humiliation. I'll make it right. Yu's eyes filled with tears. It's over. He doesn't understand. Ichuyun's strength. He's on a completely different level. The host announced, the inner disciples may now choose their opponents. Yulong pointed straight at Ichuyun. I choose him. He stepped forward. Boy, before this match, I already spoke with the elders. You humiliated my younger brother. Now, I'll avenge him, in front of everyone. The audience murmured nervously. Yulong made a huge mistake. Because of Yu's pride, he's about to lose his own status, and become an outer disciple again. From the stands, Yu clenched his fists and whispered tearfully, Big brother, forgive me. I tried to stop you, but I couldn't. Yulong smirked at Ichuyun. I'll give you one chance. Kneel here before everyone, admit your mistakes, lay your sword on the ground, and walk away. Do that, and I won't hurt you. Otherwise, I'll destroy you, and you'll never be able to show your face again. Acting nervously, Ichuyun said, your words, they've truly frightened me. But still, I'll fight. Yulong, furious, replied, I gave you a generous offer, but you refused it. Fine, no more mercy. Today, in front of everyone, I'll kill you so brutally that no one will ever dare to insult my family again. But before his attack could connect, Ichuyun easily dodged every strike with smooth precision. Yulong gritted his teeth. Your speed's impressive, I'll give you that. But tell me, boy, how do you plan to fight without a sword? Ichuyun smirked. To deal with a rat like you, I don't need a sword. Then, with blinding speed, he punched forward, a single devastating blow that shattered Yulong's technique midair. Yulong's attack disintegrated under the pressure of Ichuyun's fist. Eyes wide with disbelief, Yulong gasped. How? Is that even possible? He blocked a sword strike. With his bare hands, Ichuyun stepped in again, delivering a heavy shockwave that sent Yulong flying backward. The audience murmured in awe. It's over, Yulong's finished. Ichuyun's attacks are terrifying. One strike and he completely overwhelmed him. As Yulong's body was flung out of the arena, he grabbed Ichuyun's ankle, trembling. Ichuyun looked down at him coldly. What's this? Still not giving up? He grabbed Yulong and slammed him back onto the stage, again and again. The host shouted, Ichuyun, that's enough. Yulong is unconscious. You don't need to continue. The spectators whispered, he's clearly taking revenge. But for what? Ichuyun said calmly, I'd stop, but Brother Yulong hasn't admitted defeat yet. Brother Zhao Yulong, do you wish to continue? Say yes, and we'll go on. Trembling and crying, Yulong gasped, no, please, no more. I admit defeat before everyone here. The entire crowd went silent. It was the most humiliating loss anyone had ever seen. Yu covered his face and whispered, I'm sorry, brother, forgive me. The host stepped forward and announced, the inner sect competition has now concluded. 4 disciples have qualified for entry into the inner sect. As promised, all 4 will receive extraordinary rewards. But in addition, there's a special announcement. The crowd grew restless as they turned toward Elder Hongshu. Isn't that Elder Hongshu, the one who's been in seclusion for years? Yeah, she's from Kingxia Peak, right? Sect leader Gu Shenda said, yes. Elder Hongshu of Kingxia Peak is here today to select a personal disciple. Upon hearing this, Yi Qian's eyes lit up with excitement. Elder Hongshu looked at Ichuyun and said, Ichuyun, I have decided. I want you as my personal disciple. I won't claim to be the greatest swordmaster in the world, but there are only a handful alive who can stand against me. If you accept me as your master, you'll gain immense benefits in the future, and you'll never suffer loss under my guidance. Besides, my Kingxia Peak has many female disciples. If you accept, I could even arrange a suitable marriage for you." The crowd gasped. What? Kingxia Peak has never accepted a male disciple before. She's breaking her own sect rules for Ichuyun. He's unbelievably lucky. If he joins her, his entire destiny will change. Ichuyun took a deep breath and replied respectfully, "Elder Hongshu, I sincerely thank you for your offer. I entered this competition to prove myself, and earn the chance to become a disciple of the sect. But to be honest, I don't need a master." The entire hall went silent. He continued, "So, Elder Hongshu, please forgive me, but I must decline." Gasps echoed across the arena. Everyone stared in disbelief. No one had ever refused an offer from Kingxia Peak. Elder Hongshu's face darkened. "What did you just say, boy?" Gu Xianda quickly interjected. "Child, don't be foolish. Elder Hongshu hasn't accepted a personal disciple in decades. Do you realize how rare this chance is? If you reject her now, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Think carefully before you speak again." Ichuyun bowed his head. "Sect leader, I'm not joking. I truly mean it. I don't wish to become anyone's personal disciple. Just being accepted into the inner sect is already a great honor for me. Elder Hongshu, I'm grateful for your offer, but I must respectfully decline." Everyone was stunned into silence. After a pause, Elder Hongshu chuckled softly. "This boy is truly fascinating. I didn't think anyone in this sect would ever dare reject me, but now I know what rejection feels like." She turned toward the sect leader. "Very well. If he refuses to be my disciple, then let it be so. However, since he's proven his worth, I'll make him an official inner sect disciple anyway." Later, Ichuyun sighed to himself. "I can't believe I offended such a beautiful and powerful woman. That old man Pingzhu is to blame for all this. Still, I can't change anything now. I have to follow the system if I want to survive." He activated his system to scan Elder Hongshu's fate. Fate summary: Hongshu will become one of the greatest cultivators of her time. However, when she faces the heavenly Tao, she will fail. A turning point is approaching. She has forgotten her jade pendant at Kingxia Peak, a relic crucial to her destiny. Ichuyun frowned. Her end is near. That pendant might be her key to survival. Scene shift to Internal Affairs Pavilion Library. Ichuyun sat slumped over a table, crying. Elder Pingzhu appeared and asked, "What's wrong, boy? You won the competition, didn't you? You received the Calamity Pill and the right to study any martial art in the library. Why are you sitting here crying instead of celebrating?" Ichuyun wiped his tears and said, "It's because I offended Elder Hongshu. Everyone knows Kingxia Peak only accepts female disciples, and yet she offered to take me under her wing, and I turned her down. You can't understand how much pain I feel inside." Elder Pingzhu said gently, "Stop crying, child. I promise you, within just 1 month, I'll get you into the Yunhai realm." Hearing that, Ichuyun's face brightened with joy. "Master Pingzhu, really? Are you serious?" Pingzhu smiled. "Of course, I'm serious. Didn't I tell you to reject Hongshu's offer? You think I'd say that without a plan in mind? First, let's go up to the 3rd floor of the library and select a book for you. Now, it's all up to your luck. Let's see what kind of technique you get." Ichuyun thought to himself, to even step onto the 3rd floor, one usually needs extremely high status, at least the position of a personal disciple of a master. And yet, here I am, getting access this easily. This old man really is something. After half an hour of searching, Pingzhu sighed impatiently. "You've been standing here forever. Haven't you found a book yet? Hurry up and choose one already. I'm getting bored." Ichuyun replied, "There are so many fighting techniques here, but I don't want anything related to brute combat. What I'm looking for is a movement technique, something that improves agility and speed. There are a few that look interesting, but I can't decide which one to choose." Pingzhu watched him thoughtfully. This boy's smarter than most. Even though he's a sword cultivator, he values other disciplines too. Most sword cultivators make a fatal mistake. They ignore body refinement and movement techniques, which limits their growth later in life. But this one, he understands the balance. Still, he looks confused. I should help him. Pingzhu reached for a book and handed it to Ichuyun. This one, it's called the Soul Step Technique. Once mastered, your steps will be as light as the wind. It's an upper-grade earthly movement technique. It can greatly enhance your speed and flexibility. Even for master-level cultivators, this technique is extremely difficult to perfect. But if you can master it, no one will be able to catch you. Ichuyun bowed deeply. "Thank you so much, master. No matter how difficult it is, I'll learn it. I promise." Then he asked curiously, "By the way, old man Pingzhu, do you know Elder Hongshu personally?" Pingzhu nodded. "Yes, I know her. But why do you ask?" Ichuyun sighed. "I offended her earlier. So, I was hoping to apologize properly. Do you have any idea how I could get her to forgive me?" Pingzhu's expression softened. "Ah, Hongshu. Yes, I do feel bad for her sometimes. She used to be a truly kind and cheerful woman, always putting her disciples first, giving them every opportunity she could. Because of her, her disciples reached incredible heights. Everyone believed they'd go on to achieve greatness, but that very success became her curse. Her disciples' progress drew attention, and soon, the enemy sects began hunting them down, one by one. Eventually, all of her disciples were killed. Ichuyun's eyes widened in shock. "All of them? Not even one survived?" Pingzhu nodded solemnly. "Yes, Elder Hongshu was deeply attached to her disciples. Losing them broke her completely. That's why she hasn't taken another disciple for years. Honestly, being her disciple is dangerous, not because of her, but because of the curse that seems to follow her. No ordinary person deserves to take on that risk. Then Pingzhu warned him, and don't speak too much about Hongshu here. If she hears you talking about her, she might attack you on the spot. Remember, she's one of the senior-most members of our sect. The other elders even call her Luyun ancestor. Yi Chuyun's eyes widened. She's the Luyun ancestor? He thought to himself. I remember reading in Jian's notes that she's destined to become Luyun ancestor's disciple. If I can somehow bring the two of them together earlier than fate intended, it might work in my favor. Maybe then, Elder Hongshu will forgive me. Scene shifts to White Leaf Peak. This was the mountain where all the female disciples lived. A girl said weakly, Jian, I'm not feeling well today. Can you please do my chores for me? Jian protested, Senior Sister Jin, you've been asking me for days. If the elders find out that I'm doing your work, I'll get punished. Jin replied lazily, oh, don't worry. The elders are far too busy to notice. They're all preoccupied with the recent competition anyway. So just do my work for me, okay? Another disciple nearby chimed in excitedly. Speaking of the competition, I went to watch it, and it was incredible. There was this senior named Yi Chuyun. His performance was unbelievable. Everyone thought Yi Qian would win first place, but Yi Chuyun easily defeated all his opponents. And when Elder Hongshu herself approached him to accept him as her disciple, he actually refused her in front of everyone. The girls gasped. He refused Elder Hongshu. The girl continued, yeah, he said he doesn't need a master at all. He looked so cool while saying it. It takes guts to say something like that. Jin crossed her arms. Elder Hongshu must not have offered him anything special, that's all. You all remember how hard our leader worked to gain senior brother Zhao Pingtian, right? He offered everything he had for it. Then Jian spoke softly. I already knew senior brother Yi Chuyun was amazing. He's strong, talented, and not arrogant at all. If he refused Elder Hongshu, I'm sure he had a good reason. The other girls laughed. Haha, listen to her. She's talking like she knows him personally. Jin smirked. Careful, Jian. Don't even mention his name so casually. If anyone hears you say senior brother Yi Chuyun, you could get in trouble. You'll never get close to someone like him anyway. They say even senior cultivators can't stand against him. He's completely out of your reach. Jian shook her head firmly. No, that's not true. I've actually met him before, and he's really kind. He's not arrogant at all. The girls burst out laughing again. Sure you have. You probably just dreamed it. Jin chuckled. My cousin knows senior brother Yi Chuyun personally, and she's told me a lot about him. So, trust me, I know far more about him than you do. Don't go making things up. At that moment, Yi Chuyun himself entered the hall and said, I'm looking for Qin Jian. Is she here? All the girls froze. Their eyes widened in shock. Wait, senior brother Yi Chuyun? He's here? At our peak? Jin immediately stood up and said, Senior brother, did you come here to see me? Yi Chuyun frowned. Sorry. Who are you again? I'm not here for you. I came to see Jian. I need to speak with her about something important. Jin's face turned red with embarrassment. She stammered, but senior brother, Jian is currently on duty today. You can't just take her away like that. Yi Chuyun's tone hardened. Oh really? Do I need your permission now to speak to someone? Do you think you have the authority to talk arrogantly to your senior? Jin immediately panicked and bowed deeply. I'm so sorry, senior brother. Forgive me. Jian can go with you, of course. We'll handle her duties for her. Later, Jian walked beside Yi Chuyun nervously. Senior brother, where are we going? Yi Chuyun smiled faintly. Sorry. I forgot to tell you. Jian quickly replied. No, it's fine. You've already helped me so much. After everything you've done, I'd do anything to repay you. Yi Chuyun thought to himself, she really is an amazing girl. After I gave her those 4 blood spirit pills, she broke through 4 cultivation layers and even unlocked her sacred body. Her growth from now on will be incredible. Then Yi Chuyun spoke seriously. Junior sister, you probably know that a few days ago, I refused Elder Hongshu's offer to become her disciple. That really offended her. Now, the only way I can make peace with her is by bringing her a new disciple to train. If I can't do that, I might end up in serious trouble. So, would you be willing to become her disciple for me? Jian looked at him, completely stunned. Jian, shocked, said, Wait, me? You want me to become Elder Hongshu's disciple? Yi Chuyun nodded earnestly. Yes, please. Do this for me. Help me out just this once. Even if Elder Hongshu rejects us, it's fine. At least we'll have tried. Honestly, I don't know any other female disciple in the entire Luyun sect besides you, so you're the only one who can help me right now. Jian hesitated, thinking to herself, if I refuse him, there'll be no one left to help. Everyone knows how powerful and how short-tempered Elder Hongshu is. If she attacks him out of anger, he won't survive. To save his life, I have no choice but to help him. Finally, she said softly, All right, senior brother, I'll help you. Yi Chuyun smiled. Good. We'll be meeting Elder Hongshu soon. When you see her, give her this pendant. She's been searching for it for a long time. If you hand it to her personally, she'll be pleased. Jian looked at the pendant curiously. Brother, where did you get this from? Yi Chuyun replied, Oh, that's a long story. I'll tell you later. He thought to himself, actually, this pendant originally belonged to her. I picked it up after defeating that old fool Xuan. Poor guy, so unlucky. Scene shifts to entrance of Qingxia Peak. Yi Chuyan stood at the gate and shouted loudly, Elder Hongshu, I've brought you an incredible opportunity. If you come out now, I promise you'll love what I've got for you. Jian tugged at his sleeve, embarrassed. Senior brother, please stop yelling. If you keep shouting like that, she'll get angry for sure. You're being way too loud, and honestly, kind of annoying. Just then, a terrifying spiritual attack shot toward them from inside the peak. A woman appeared in front of Yi Chuyan. It was Elder Shan Guan, one of the senior elders of Qingxia Peak. Furious, she snapped, who gave you permission to stand before our peak and shout like that? Yi Chuyan quickly bowed and said, Elder Shan Guan, I didn't mean any disrespect. I came here because I accidentally offended Elder Hongshu earlier. I just want to apologize and make amends, nothing more. Shan Guan glared at him. So, you're here to apologize? And this is how you do it, by bringing along a body-tempering realm girl? You really think you can appease Elder Hongshu with this child? You must take our elder for a fool. I'll teach you a lesson myself. Without warning, she launched a deadly strike at Yi Chuyan. Yi Chuyan thought quickly, she's insane. If even one of her attacks lands, I'm dead. But before the strike hit, a sword flashed between them. Duanheng appeared just in time and blocked the attack. Elder, you can't attack my junior brother like that. Shan Guan's eyes narrowed. You dare stop my attack? Duanheng bowed respectfully. Elder, I understand my junior brother offended Elder Hongshu, but he came here sincerely to apologize. Attacking him when he's come in peace isn't right, that's why I intervened. Shan Guan roared and sent another strike toward him. You're just a disciple, don't tell me what's right or wrong. Before the clash could escalate further, Elder Hongshu herself appeared, her presence instantly silencing everyone. Shan Guan, what do you think you're doing? Stop this at once, or you'll end up hurting everyone here. Then she turned to Yi Chuyan. Now, boy, show me what you've brought to prove your sincerity. But hear me well, if your gift is worthless, I'll destroy your soul myself, and you'll never reincarnate. Yi Chuyan bowed deeply. Elder Hongshu, I brought this junior sister with me. There's no one more worthy in the entire sect to become your disciple than her. Jian's eyes widened. Senior brother, what are you saying? Yi Chuyan whispered, don't worry, just give her the pendant I gave you. Jian stepped forward nervously. Elder Hongshu, I found this pendant near Qingxia Peak. I thought it might belong to you, so I brought it back. Shan Guan scoffed. Ha, that cheap little trinket? It's not even made of a valuable material, just plain metal. You two must have a death wish if you think this will please her. But as soon as Elder Hongshu saw the pendant, her expression changed. Her eyes softened. I see, so this is what's going on. Shan Guan, step back. I need to speak with Jian alone. Shan Guan frowned. Alright, Elder, but I still think this girl is ordinary. There's no way Yi Chuyan's claims about her are true. Hongshu turned coldly toward her. Enough. I said step back, I'll handle this myself. After Shan Guan left, Hongshu smiled faintly. This child recently awakened, didn't she? Her talent is extraordinary. I can tell she'll become very powerful in a short time, perhaps even one of the greatest cultivators in the world. This girl isn't ordinary at all. Her veins carry the divine flame bloodline, one of the rarest and strongest in existence. Jian gasped. Elder Hongshu, are you talking about me? Hongshu nodded. It seems Chuyun you were right. You brought me an exceptional disciple indeed. But tell me, no one gives such a valuable gift for free. What is it that you want in return? Yi Chuyan smiled. I knew it, Elder Hongshu. You're extremely clever. All I ask for is a promise. If, in the future, I ever find myself trapped in a life-threatening situation, one from which I can't escape, will you come and save me? Hongshu laughed softly. So, you fear death after all, boy. Then she thought to herself, even Shan Guan couldn't sense Jian's true potential, but Yi Chuyan saw her bloodline instantly. This boy is fascinating. Finally, she said, very well. Take this, a golden leaf charm. It will protect your life once. And as a gesture of gratitude, I'll make a public announcement. From today onward, both of you are officially part of Qingxia Peak. Yi Chuyan, you won't have a master yet, but you'll belong to my peak from now on. That means we'll take responsibility for you in the future. However, you must visit my peak at least once every week. If you don't, I won't guarantee your safety. Yi Chuyan, with tears in his eyes, said, Elder Hongshu, thank you so much. You don't know how great a favor you've done for me today. Just then, Duanheng approached and said, Brother, looks like things worked out after all. Yi Chuyan smiled faintly. Yes, Brother Duan. Thank you, truly. If you hadn't stopped Elder Shan Guan earlier, I'd definitely be dead by now. Duanheng waved his hand dismissively. Don't mention it. We're brothers, after all. Besides, I just happened to be passing by. By the way, I saw your fight with Yi Qian, and honestly, it was incredible. You're a remarkable fighter, Yi Chuyan. Watching that match made my whole day. You've only been in the inner sect for a short time, right? How about we train together sometime? I specialize in sword techniques, and I could help you learn them. Yi Chuyan nodded enthusiastically. That sounds great, brother. If we train together, it'll benefit both of us immensely. A few days later, Yi Chuyan stood alone, glancing around. Brother Dan didn't show up today. He's usually so punctual with training, but he's running really late. Anyway, I've been practicing with Elder Pingzhu and Duan for quite a while now, but my cultivation hasn't advanced at all. I'm completely stuck at the 9th level of the nascent realm. Elder Pingzhu said that to break through, I'll need real combat experience. Cultivation alone won't help. But where am I supposed to find an actual fight? Just then, he noticed 2 disciples running past. One of them shouted, "The 5-Sun Mountain Cave is under attack. Several of our disciples have been killed, and the elders guarding the mountain have already gone to help. The injured disciples are being brought back, and all remaining sect members are being summoned to assist." Ichuyun's eyes widened. 5-Sun Mountain is under attack? Brother Duan must have gone there, that's why he hasn't shown up. Moments later, Duanheng appeared, his arm bandaged and his robe torn. Ichuyun rushed to him. "Brother Duan, you're hurt." Duan smiled faintly. "Yeah, it's nothing serious. I thought you'd be waiting here, so I came to check on you. I know your cultivation's been stuck lately, so I brought you something from the mountain, this rare spirit stone. It'll help you break through. Breaking through the nascent realm is extremely difficult, so use this when you cultivate. It should give you the boost you need." Ichuyun's eyes welled up again. "Brother Duan, you're too kind. I've never met anyone as selfless as you." Duan's expression turned serious. "Listen, this treasure is very rare. Because of that, it might bring trouble for both of us. If anyone finds out you have it, they'll come after you." Ichuyun nodded. "Understood, brother. I'll be careful. But you're injured. Go rest for a while. I'll train a bit longer, then head back." Duan nodded and left. But as Ichuyun resumed training, he suddenly felt a strange presence behind him. Someone had been watching. Next morning, Ichuyun muttered to himself angrily, "That bastard escaped. Who was spying on us last night?" Whoever it was, his intentions definitely weren't good. Suddenly, the bushes nearby rustled. Ichuyun smirked. "Finally caught you. I've been chasing you all night. Now, let's see who you really are." He lunged forward to attack, but before he could strike, a fist shot out from the bushes and hit him squarely in the chest. Ichuyun stumbled back, glaring. It was Zhao Pingtian. Pingtian frowned. "Ichuyun, are you attacking me?" Ichuyun thought bitterly. Why does my luck always drag this guy into everything? And judging by his aura, he's about to obtain some incredible items again. Just great. Ichuyun quickly said aloud, "Brother Zhao, wait, it's a misunderstanding. I thought you were a thief or something." Pingtian crossed his arms. "You know this is Yunjia Pavilion's back mountain, right? No one's allowed here. You'd better leave before you cause trouble." Before Ichuyun could reply, a calm but firm voice called out, "Wait, is that Ichuyun?" They both turned. It was Elder Gushwanda, the sect leader's assistant. Ichuyun immediately bowed. "Greetings, second leader." Gushwanda smiled. "I heard you've joined Kingxia Peak, correct?" Ichuyun nodded. "Yes, sir. My master said that simple cultivation isn't enough anymore. If I want to grow stronger, I need real-world combat experience. That's why I came here." Gushwanda turned to Pingtian. "Pingtian, take Ichuyun with you, on the Chen family mission. He'll assist you, and it'll also help him complete the task given by his master." Pingtian frowned. "Sect leader, the Chen family mission only requires one person. I'm confident I can handle it alone." Ichuyun quickly added, "Please, sect leader, let him go alone. His skills are far above mine. I might just slow him down." Gushwanda chuckled. "Oh really? You think you're that weak? If we're talking about progress, there's not a single disciple in the entire Luyan sect who's advancing faster than you. You'll go with Pingtian. Consider it an opportunity to learn. He has plenty of experience, and you could benefit from it." Then, turning away, he said, "All right, that's settled. You two can leave for the mission immediately." Ichuyun bowed respectfully. "Thank you, sect leader. I'll do my best." As they left, Ichuyun said, "Let's go, senior brother." Pingtian sighed to himself, annoyed. Why did master pair me with this idiot? What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.